Welcome to Content Chaos with George and Call, a weekly podcast diving straight into meaningful conversations about navigating modern life. Using their weekly review framework, they explore personal growth, professional insights, and cultural observations. No fluff, just authentic dialogue that transforms chaos into clarity.
Okay. Are we back?
We are back.
Why in the dark?
Why am I in the dark? I'm not in the dark.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like you don't have any lights on in your office.
There's a light right here, right in front of me.
Oh, it's funny. It's darker than usual.
I'm in portrait mode.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. I was just wondering if you could have a sponsor for Content Chaos that you could get behind. What might it be?
I feel like you have, we haven't discussed this, so I feel like you have an answer.
Spontaneity. Okay, I'll go first. Well, I've already said before, Humberty bird feeder.
Okay, yeah.
Big fan of that. Also, LaCroix. I've noticed I usually have a LaCroix, although today I have a coffee instead.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bombas socks. For some reason, I'm partial to the Bombas stocks, and just dare to dream.
I don't know. I haven't given it any thought. I thought you were going to say, with everything happening, like Anthropic, like that's.
No, yeah, no. I just, thinking long term, because things move so quickly. If we ever got to a point where we had brand sponsors or something for our 12 listeners.
Yeah.
No, but on Anthropic front, I did actually sign up for an annual membership.
Oh, wow. An annual. So you got the discount for the 12 months. Yeah.
$200. Yeah. No, this work that I'm doing, it's just like, I can't wait until 6 p.m. or I can wait. I don't want to wait. And so I laid out the $200 and then immediately it still didn't. I still have to wait. They've been surged with demand because of, I think that was a wise move that they made, standing up against Pete Hegseth. But anyway.
I listened to Hard Fork today, and they were saying that Katy Perry put out a screenshot of her new Anthropic plan with a heart around it. Just a lot of people are doing that, are moving.
Yeah. I think people are lemmings. Like, I was on a Substack this morning called Slow AI. It was a chat, which is an excellent for Substack people. It's a very thoughtful, well-curated community. And they were talking about, AI. Just because Anthropic has done this doesn't make, they're not like the good guys, but it's human nature. We want a good guy, a bad guy. Usually the operative word is guy.
All right. So what went well?
What went well? Well, I'm grateful for my health, the wellness and safety of my loved ones. We see war happening around the world. 3 Americans have perished already. And just grateful that my loved ones are okay. And I don't take it for granted. And let's see, also what went out well, I ran into one of my students yesterday in Target, and she offered to share our podcast on her social platforms, and she's got a lot. So I'll be taking her up on that.
Cool.
Yeah. What about you?
Cool. We've got our trip to Madrid coming up, and I'm trying to figure out the hotel situation. There are a lot of options, and it's just European hotels are configured differently. So just getting the 4 of us in a place will be comfortable for a few nights. But that's fun, doing that and, planning that. And it feels like, that's coming up and spring's coming up and we've got vacation, planned out for the Outer Banks. And yeah, and just generally, it's been a busy week and business is chugging along. So, yeah, nothing huge. Nice trips to go try to find whatever a squishy dumpling is, whatever that is. We're looking for mystery boxes of those. So yeah, it's just
kind of
fun.
Toxic amalgamation of a toy.
Yeah. It's, from what I gather, you know how when you order dumplings, like in an Asian restaurant, they come in one of those bamboo, it's got a cover on it. It's like a steam basket. So there's a basket like that. And instead of it being like a bunch of dumplings, it's like one giant squishy dumpling from what the picture looks like. And it's like a big doughy thing that everything's like all these very tactile things.
Yes.
Everything is like
sensory
and fidgety in the
Yes.
way these things are. But that's the rage right now. Yeah. So that was a little hunting expedition.
Yeah.
Didn't end well, but it was fun to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And fun for her.
Yeah. So I'm sure there's so much that could be better just in general in the world. What are you focused on this?
So I guess
week?
I already kind of said it, right? I got all turned about, the 3 Americans who have perished already in this war. And we've been here before, man. It was called Iraq. And at least with Iraq, there was a justification and there was, the will of the American people. We do not have the will of the American people here. We don't have, legal authorization. I know there's all kinds of fights over what, how and what to do. But this is it's just not good. And I worry about everyone. And then the flip side is internally, my own stuff. I'm doing it right now. I'm literally focusing on negative things that are out of my control, that are not, it's not constructive. It doesn't help anyone to hear me kvetching about, madman in the White House who is terrorizing the world. It doesn't help anyone. It's not new information. I'm working on getting my focus on things that really matter and can make a difference and that make me happy, and the people around me, that make people around me happy. So what about you?
So I noticed that, every business conversation, every call that I get on is now, the small talk forever is like, hey, how's it going? And it's struggling with like the cognitive dissonance of like over here, the world's on fire and there's so many things right now globally, war, there's still stuff that now we're not hearing about because there's a war going on.
Epstein.
In Minneapolis, but there's still stuff happening out there. There's the Epstein stuff. There's so many issues beyond that, economic stuff, just healthcare stuff. It's so many things. But on the other side, it's like, I'm busy. Other people are busy. And everybody, I think, is struggling with exactly what you talked about. It's exhausting, like this sort of keeping these two completely opposed things and being able to come over here and focus on the good and the positive and the constructive and the business. But yet at the same time, I know when I take my break to see what's happening in the world, it's not going to be good and it's hard. So that could certainly be better. I look forward, it will come. I look forward to a time when there'll still be plenty to worry about. There always is, but I just really hope and believe that midterms and beyond, the people are going to fix the situation that we have now. Get things back to normal.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And the memes, there's a lot of meme potential in this moment of,
oh my God,
they'll show like a dog being like typing at a desk and being like, I'm at my corporate job and like behind them, it's like a nuclear bomb. And
yeah.
Like, that's the thing, human spirit, comedy, all of the, that's undefeated. Like all of this, hellscape could go on, but creativity and people's smarts and all of that keeps going.
On the smarts front, you were mentioning this before. We've kind of been here before. We understand the atrocities that were happening in Iran. We all know that's not why the war is happening. And then when you look at a lot of the communication around it, it's like, oh, we've heard this music before. There's not a lot of depth here. What's the plan? So I think people generally are onto it, from what I gather.
I mean, at least with Iraq, there were competent people in the room. There were real, intelligent, principled people. We don't have that anymore. We have, lunatics from Fox News running the Department of War. So, okay. So what did we learn this week?
Do you want me to go first on this one?
Sure.
Okay. So for me, it's quick. It's been mainly on the business front. Just been digging in more around Substack and more around on my business podcast, I'm in a podcast network and looking at all different promotional activities there, how these things are all layering in together, just discovering things on that front. Nothing all that incredibly specific, but a few calls where I'm learning about traffic and the cost of it and good traffic, bad traffic, all that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
How about you?
So what I'm learning this week is kind of tied to the thing that I mentioned, that I'm clearly still learning it because I keep reacting, and this is not how I want to live my life, is reacting to external stimuli, certainly not related to anything political or anything like that. I really want to harness my focus and use it in a great way. And so along those lines, I listened to a podcast by a guy named Michael Singer. I was introduced to him through the Mayim Bialik Breakdown podcast, and they've had him on as a guest. And it's actually Mayim and her partner, Jonathan. They both read a book by Michael Singer, and I read his book. I found it very compelling. And then I just happened to listen to this podcast, and it really helped me zero in on consciousness and the mind, and just how important it is to not get caught into the chatter and the nonsense, and just realize that, we create our own cages. We create our own realities, and like intellectually I know it. And I'm getting closer to living the lesson. And I feel like just listening to that podcast brought me closer to living that lesson again. And we can include it in the show notes. But let's see, for anyone who wants to just search it up, it's called Making the Paradigm Shift from Fear to Freedom. It's from the Michael Singer podcast. And it's intellectual. I also think it's accessible enough, certainly to people who do yoga, meditation, and stuff. Like, okay, well.
Great. Well, that was a quick one.
Yeah, it was a quick one. Sorry, I snuck in that question about a sponsor. I don't know. Have you given it any more thought?
No, I don't know. Somebody who has money to spend and isn't creepy.
Isn't that what we all want? A patron who is ethically clear.
Yeah.
Not creepy.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, honey.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.